Hey friends, it's me. So I've been working a lot lately, and this is what I mean by a lot. It's been like this for a solid month, weekends included. So here we are on the cusp of a burnout. My relationship with my friends and myself have been suffering. I've been operating on autopilot. My skin hasn't been happy with me because I've been testing way too many products for beauty within. And I've just been perpetually exhausted. The good thing amidst all this self-induced craziness, before fully burning out this time around, I was able to catch myself and take a step back, hit reset, relax a little more, and work a little less. So if you've been feeling like this yourself or have been stressed, overworked, and or overwhelmed, this one's for you, my friend. As always, the first step is awareness, knowing how you're feeling and why you're feeling what you're feeling. This way you'll be able to identify when you're about to reach your limit and you'll be able to do something about it before reaching full burnout, because none of us want to be full burnout. On Friday night, I got home at 10 after working all day and started getting really overwhelmed with how much I had to script, film, and edit all on Saturday, which is the only free day that I have. I found myself uninspired and unmotivated, and while I'm usually able to push through despite these feelings, because feelings are just that, feelings, I decided to thug life nonetheless and go to sleep and just deal with it the next morning. The next morning came as it always does. I was still stressed, tense, and uninspired, so I asked myself why I'm faced with resistance. Am I running away from something? And if so, what is it? Or am I really just mentally and physically exhausted? Upon some reflection, this is what I found. I've been working too much and my brain has been on for the past month, which has led me to mostly operating on autopilot because I'm about to burn out. My skin hasn't been happy. My relationship with my friends and myself have been suffering. I've been perpetually exhausted almost every single day. So here I've identified the problems, and for the solutions, I need to take my dad's advice more to Fadai and to empty my mind, listen to my body and make time for skincare, which is self-care, make time to see my friends, try to sleep earlier, and resume my qigong and meditation routine. And here's me doing the things. Of course, there's your journaling and meditating and all that good stuff, which I stand by 100%, but sometimes you just gotta do nothing to fully reset, and by doing nothing, I mean absolutely nothing. My mind is really good at doing something while I'm physically doing nothing, so if you're like me, you know it takes some force and a lot of letting go. I rarely make plans over the weekend to begin with because I'm almost always working, so I had no plans to cancel. But I did shift around my publishing schedule to free up my Saturday for the first time all month. I've been on a roll posting a video every 5 days, but I reminded myself that the world isn't gonna end if I make one video this week instead of 2. Work, schoolwork, any work will always be there. It can always wait a day or two if you've already been pushing yourself hard. So what did I do all day? You guys should know by now. If you guess K-drama, you're a rock star and deserve a virtual donut. I caught up on Mr. Sunshine and started watching Moon Embracing the Sun, which I finished in less than a week. Both are brilliant in their own unique ways, and I've been on a historic drama binge for about half a year now. Everything about traditional culture, the way of life back in the day, respect for the heavens, a degree of mutual respect even among sworn enemies, moral integrity, and the values they upheld all honestly really fascinate me. And this is my favorite thing to do, to be able to learn something, feed my curiosity, and get inspiration even when I'm doing nothing. So at the end of the day, it is still time well spent, consuming intentionally. Watching K-dramas all day means I have time for face masks and sheet masks. Triple masking, woo! A fresh, clean, and happy face is a fresh, clean, and happy life, because our skin is like the window to our health. My skin hasn't been too happy with me because I've been testing out a bunch of products for beauty within. I've also been working late, which means no time to cook, which means more junk food and couple noodles, and late nights also means not sleeping enough. All of this has contributed to my sad skin and eye bags, and I'm going to work on lifestyle, diet, and self-care day by day, but sometimes you just need a quicker fix. Press reset, if you will. Hi Leah. For skincare, I really do believe it's important to work simultaneously from the inside and out. So on top of triple masking for a deep cleanse, detox, and dose of hydration, I swapped all my skincare products out for cleaner products, cleansers, toners, moisturizers, all made with natural, good-for-you ingredients. I got all these from Folame. They're like the Sephora of clean beauty with a curated selection of 100% non-toxic and cruelty-free products. I love that they believe we should never have to compromise our health for beauty, which is something that I stand by 100%, and that every product on their shelves undergoes a rigorous 5-step approval process with restrictions of 30 ingredients and counting. After a week of using this, my skin feels like it can breathe again. I was reminded of how clean skincare products really do make a big difference, and all the little bumps and blemishes I had on my face are starting to disappear. If you've been curious about clean skincare products, Folame's Clean Essentials Kit is a great place to start. It's normally $45, but the first 100 people will get 50% off and free shipping, so that's $22. Moving on to making time for friends. My friend once told me that there are two types of people when it comes to work and life progression. The first group is able to balance and juggle multiple things at once like a straight up unicorn wizard. The more they onboard, the more they thrive. The second group has to cut off all ties with everything else and hyper focus on the task at hand to get to where they need to be. I've been the latter for the past 2 years, head down, married to work, completely unavailable. And when this happens, it's easy to be blindsided and forget there's a world outside with people who care about you and who may need your care in return. And this was a tough pill to swallow, realizing I haven't been a good friend and that I haven't been present at all. I've been living with the belief that I need to make up for lost times and sprint because I played so much when I was younger, so I need to work really, really hard. But having gotten to where I am today, it's time for me to reopen up my heart and reconnect with those who have loved and supported me despite my physical and mental absence. And this was something I started working on this weekend. Hi, Jess. Oh. I caught up with more friends this week than I have all year. I apologized for being absent and thanked them for being understanding. I made it all the way out to Brooklyn to celebrate Mid-Autumn Festival or Dongchuejie with lots of laughs and mooncakes. I felt so much lighter after bonding over the creative struggles of working in the field of content creation and putting your life out there for the world to see. Friends also gently nudged me that no one successfully beat burnout, so it's important to take a step back every once in a while to regroup and reset and to not work as hard as I've been working. All things you and I know already, but to hear your own advice coming from someone else is honestly pretty powerful. Okay, my voice is cracking. After a day or weekend or week of doing nothing, hey dude, no judgment, it happens to the best of us, it's time to start doing something. Whether it's something as simple as pausing the K-drama halfway before you reach the epic cliffhanger that you know is coming, getting started on typing out the script, picking your clothes up from the floor, going outside for a walk, starting on your paper, starting to study, tidying your space. Whatever it is, now that we've recharged and recalibrated, it's time to go back to our routines with a fresh mind, body, and soul. For me, this will take the form of sleeping earlier, waking up earlier, and resuming my daily qigong and meditation routine. My dad said this to me a few days ago. 每块木头都可以成为一尊佛，只要去掉多余的部分。Every piece of wood can become a Buddha, just remove the extra parts. This was such a good reminder that we all innately have what it takes to do all the things we want to do and to accomplish all the feats and to move all the mountains. We just have to learn how to identify what the extra parts are and learn how to remove and let go of the excess. And more often than not, this excess manifests as overachieving thoughts and expectations we have for ourselves, which is holding us back more than pushing us forward. It's been an ongoing battle in my head, reminding myself time and time again why I'm doing what I'm doing. But every time I lose sight of my purpose, even ever so slightly, and I'm reminded of it again, it brings me closer and closer to where I know I need to be. And I honestly have every single one of you guys to thank for helping me get to where I am today, because without you, there would be no me. And I've honestly haven't been feeling the best the past couple of days, but last night before filming this, I got an email from one of you guys and it was everything that I needed and more. So thank you so much for your time, for your thoughts, for your consideration, for your positivity, and for your support, because literally without you guys, I would not be here today. And so I thank you guys so much. I'm sending you guys the biggest voice hug ever. Like, of all the voice hugs I've sent, this is the biggest one. Like, engulfs you in like the biggest and warmest and cuddliest bear hug in the world. Alrighty, you guys get it. I love you. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and if you're not, you can turn it around. Show like me this weekend. Do all the things you want to do and do nothing, and then do something. Okay, bye. Love you.